Hello everybody and welcome back to some more FoolCraft 3. We have a lot to do this episode because last episode we finished that canola farm and automated it, and it's been working in the background. What I've done since then is actually added a drawer here with some obsidian hose in it because I've been running the server in the background and it's been doing quite a good job and it's creating a lot of power. This thing is fully powered, this thing is also fully powered, and it's been running for ages, so it's doing its job and that is a very good thing. But that took us a little bit longer than planned, so I had 6 things I had planned to do in the last episode. I only got to do 3 of them. So today we're going to be basically finishing up the other 3, and they shouldn't take too long. The first one we're going to actually get on to, or 2 of them are right here. We have the mob farm, which we will do quite a bit later, and this right here, this is our tree fluid extractor, which is using a block placer to put some wood here, and then, you know, that's getting latex that we can then turn into plastic. So what I want to do today is I want to automate this whole thing into the tree, or from the tree fluid extractor into the latex processing unit, and making the dry rubber just pretty much continuously as long as we fuel it with wood, which, considering we have jungle trees, shouldn't take that long. But first what I need to do is grab a few blocks to use, but it's a relatively easy thing to actually do when we get onto it. Okay, so we have everything now for the setup here. We're going to place it in exactly the same place as this, so we're just going to get rid of everything here. We got to turn this off first, or we'll just destroy it. And we have everything in our inventory right now. So we have 4 tree fluid extractors, we have 1 latex processing unit, an aqueous accumulator, a block placer, and really that is 99% of what it is. We have a fluid tank, which is just going to have the latex in just as a buffer. We're going to upgrade that later to a black hole tank if we can, and we've got a power cell to power the latex processing unit, and 2 drawers, 1 to hold the wood, 1 to hold the tiny rubber. So essentially all we need to do is make a little plus sign over here. We're going to place the block placer in the middle with a lever attached to it. Right now we're going to leave it on, but we're going to have nothing in there. And then we're going to have a drawer here with some item conduits going into it. So this is basically just going to be taking the wood from here and inserting into there, which, you know, is as simple as that. That's just going to take the wood that we put in here, place it in here. Everything should be fine then, and then we're just going to replace everything here, place these, which are going to be in the wrong direction, but we can just use the crescent hammer to put them in the right one. If I didn't throw it on the ground, there we are. There we are. Perfect. And that is going to be where the wood goes. We're then going to have the fluid tank on top of that. Again, later this will be changed to a black hole tank, because that will hold obviously a lot more fluid. This only holds 16 buckets worth. That is then going to extract out the top into a end of fluid conduit, and then that end of fluid conduit shall go into a latex processing unit, just like that. And then we shall have a drawer. I think we have the drawer here, because then the item conduit will go into there like that, because it doesn't auto export, it seems, or I couldn't get it to in my testing, so I don't mind adding an extra conduit just for the sake of it. That's going to be like that. 8 buckets in there, that's fine. 8 buckets in here, nothing for the moment because these get destroyed. So the one we did have, you know, isn't going to have any of the fluid it did have originally. Let's just get rid of these ever so quickly. And then we just need some conduits to go into there, extracting and inserting, which is just as simple as a few buttons. I think I have a conduit probe, so that would probably be a good idea for bigger scale projects, but considering we only have to do like 8 of these, that's fine. So that should now all be working, except from 2 things. One is we're going to have, actually, I need to move this a few blocks back there. We are going to have a 3x3 area of water. So, oh, I just realized that might be awkward. I think that should be fine, actually. I need to check, but if not, I'll just place it on the bottom. And then we just need some buckets. There we are. So hopefully this works. If not, I'm a little bit worried. We will check quickly for the sake of the lever. Okay, lever doesn't work. we'll place it underneath. I don't know how I did it then the other time, but it doesn't matter too much. We'll do that and just place everything back. There we are. And that should all be working now, so just need another bucket of water. Place that one in the middle. And then this one over here, that is an infinite water source. Aqueous accumulator is going to be slowly but surely getting 8,000 buckets, and it will not use that much. Oh, this is awkward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 I'm going to need. I do not have enough ender fluid conduits, which means I need some pulsating iron. Let's see if I've got any. Okay, so because R is both the recipe lookup button as well as the inventory sorting button, I accidentally looked up the recipe for the item conduit instead of the ender fluid conduit. So that is the one that requires 3 pulsating iron ingots, and I accidentally made some of those. So I've now made 27 total ender fluid conduits, and that is more than enough for us to do what we need to do. So quite simply, we just need to do that, grab our Yeta wrench, take that to be disconnected from both of these, insert only into here, export only from there, and this should now be getting fluid and latex at a relatively fast rate. I think the slowest thing here is the latex, so the water is never an issue. So now we need to just make our way up here. I'm actually gonna just place it, I'll place it on the side. So we need to out, and then we just need to quickly link this to another one of these power cells. So we'll link it to ID 1 like so, and travel back, luckily, because we can just click on it. We don't have to get anywhere close. That now holds 5 million. This is now taking power. This is going to have that. We'll put a draw key on there, and then I'm gonna put, actually we don't want to lock that. What we want to do is just place, for example, jungle wood in there. That's all going to go in there. And this should slowly but surely be actually increasing. There should be a net, or not a net increase, I think. But it should pretty much keep up with itself for the most part. And as I said, the latex is the slowest out of this. And it's still going up relatively fast, even though it's still taking some out. So it will eventually hit 0, but it will also eventually... this will fill up, and then this will start filling up just as our buffer. That's what it's there for. So this should hold, I don't know how much a draw does by default, but 32 stacks in this one. So that is that now all set up. I have tried with a compacting draw. For some reason that seems to not work, so that's why I'm just using a regular draw here. I don't get it. I feel like it should work, but it doesn't, because it's a 3x3 recipe. So... don't know why that works. If you know why, please tell me. There is an update for the pack, but it won't let me install it at the moment, so that might fix it. I'm not sure, but we'll see. But yeah, that's all done now. On to the next project. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is super easy to do, but in the long run is going to be super useful for us, and that is getting started sort of in Project E, other than obviously the Philosopher's Stone that we already have. And the way we're going to do that is by grabbing an Energy Collector Mark 1. So if we look up Collector, you'll see we have obviously the 3 tiers, the regular Mark 1, the Dark Matter Mark 2, and the Red Matter Mark 3. They're each having different EMC generations, 4 EMC per second, 12 and 40 with maximum caps as well. All we're going to be doing is quite simply making a tier 1. So if we go grab ourselves a crafting table so we can drag everything in, we should have everything in our inventory to make this lovely thing. The power of the sun as the sun is going down. Let's go quickly sleep. There we are. And we got to work out where we're going to place this for the moment. Obviously that is there. We don't want to place it in the way of there. Maybe we could put it here. All we're going to need is... we should... or should I place it like that? We'll place it like this for the moment. I don't know, I'm destroying that block, I don't need it to be destroyed. We're going to place that one there, we're going to put our Mark 1 there, and we're going to place glowstone all around it like so. I've just realized that is useless to me because I need that slot. There we are. Lost a little bit, but that is fine. We're going to place an item conduit here and a drawer here. And all that's going to be is an extract and an insert. So just like that. And all we're going to basically do is we've got this coal here. What we're actually going to do, I just realized, is for the moment we're going to disable this It's just going to be never active. We'll change it later. We're going to take 1 coal, and we're going to put that in here. Eventually, that will go and transmute up from coal to glowstone, coal to gunpowder to redstone. Well, I think it's charcoal, redstone, gold, coal, gunpowder, blaze powder is somewhere in there. Alchemical coal, Mobius fuel, and eventually Aeternalis fuel, which is the highest tier. Aeternalis is a very useful thing. It is worth 64 coal, and you can actually put it down to 64 coal, which is useful, which is something we'll do to fill this up. But it's also useful for making dark matter using a block of diamond and 8 Aeternalis fuel. And then red matter also is made using 3 dark matter and 6 Aeternalis fuel. And all you need for that is, you know, either 64 coal, making that into alchemical coal, Mobius fuel, and Aeternalis fuel, just like that with the Philosopher's Stone, or just like this. So what we're going to do right now is we're leaving it like this. The reason we disabled it is otherwise it will just pull this out straight away. We're going to wait for this to all go through. It's at 512 now from 128. It's only generating 4 EMC per second though, so we will eventually have to upgrade that. We might even be able to do that, depending on how long the next thing takes. We might be able to do that in this episode, depending, you know, it might take a while. What we're going to do though is we're waiting for this to go up to Aeternalis fuel. We're then going to use this block here, or this box here. We're going to put an item in there. Whatever that item is in there, it will then cause whatever's processing to only go to that. So right now, block of redstone is higher than coal, so it is not doing anything there. But if we take that out, it will carry on going upwards. Glowstone, for example, it will change what it's going to. It is actually in there. It's just, you know, UI messes up. But nonetheless, yeah, we're just going to wait to get to Aeternalis fuel, and then we'll get everything processing up there slowly but surely, and that should be good. As I said, something very, very, very quick to do, but over time it's going to help us out, because then that's opening the floors or the doors to dark matter, red matter, higher generation, but not yet energy condensers, because those take a while. If you look, you pretty much have to do most of the high level mobs here to get this done. You even have to go to the end to get shulker boxes and stuff. It takes a while, and then upgrading it's really easy. But yeah, we've got to get a lot of statues, some mega loot stuff, a singularity, a block of the ultimate, infinity booster card. Don't know if you have to kill the end dragon for that in this pack. Extended crafting, ultimate singularities are quite expensive. Block of the ultimate, they are also quite expensive for 1 ingot, and we need a block, so 9 of those. Block of ender stars takes, it's not actually that bad. That's Britannia, so we have to finish Britannia. That's a void or minor controller tier 6, so that means we have to go through tiers 1 through 6 to get all that, which, you know, takes a little while and requires materials that only the last tier can obtain. So yeah, that's kind of our long-term goal, I think. But as I said, let this go through for the moment. It's at blaze powder now. That's actually going to be quite good, because we need blaze powder later. We can just sort of produce it using coal, hopefully, instead of having to go to the end or the nether. But nonetheless, what we're going to do now is I'm going to go get ready for the last thing, which is actually upgrading this mob farm, probably moving it. But to do that, I need to go get some blaze rods, I think, and kill some chickens. And also I need another drop of evil, because I haven't got one yet. And I don't have silk touch, so I can't pick this thing up, which is a little bit annoying. And I don't want it to spread, so I don't really want to mess around with it. I'm just, you know, get another drop of evil. Okay, so I went to the nether, and I've gotten everything that I need for the new mob farm. Now, unfortunately, I have had to take care of this one and get rid of the cursed earth that was there currently, just because this space here isn't going to be big enough for what we need. In fact, we're actually going to place it further back here, get rid of some of these trees, and just have it over here, which might mean I need to get rid of this tree, but for the moment, we'll see about that. So we'll probably have it, well, the base footprint of it is going to be a 15 by 9 footprint, with it being 7 blocks tall. So if we're going here, that as, let's say, let's say we're giving the tree a bit of space. That is our middle block. We're going to have to go 7 blocks out to each side. And there we are for that one. And then it needs to be 9 blocks deep. So, right, so the base platform is done. So what I'm going to do quickly is, well, this is going to be the center block. So what we're going to need is just place that there. We're going to have a diamond chest there and an absorption hopper placing down items. So quite simply, it's just going to put items in there. That should be good. And then we are going to have these diamond spikes in this direction with some mob fans here. So mob fans will by default push 5 blocks. So there are 5 blocks into the diamond spikes on both sides. We'll have levers on each one of these. Well, the way it works is one lever on there will power the second one also. So we're going to only have 2 levers down here, which will be good. And that will power both of those. We then need some blocks. So these are going to go 3 blocks up. Just like this. And we'll eventually fill this area in as well. Well, I don't know why I'm actually doing that. Because this now needs to be turned into dirt. So we're going to have a 15... or a 13 rather, 13 by 5, there we are, a 13 by 5 grass area, so it will be indented 1 block, and then 2, 3, 4, and 5 will go there, and this is going to be our cursed earth. We're then going to have some fans in the back with 3 mob fan upgrades, because you can have a maximum of 3 in each one of those, and then, yeah, it's just going to be pretty much how it works. We'll obviously fill all this in later. I'm just going to quickly fill this in as grass. And for the most part, that's like how it works sorted. I have to just double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think it will be 3 blocks in. So it will be here. And 1, 2, 3. There we are. So I think that's the mob fans in both there. So that will cover everything everywhere. And then just mob fan upgrades, levers. And for the most part, that should be it. Just need to fill in the thing. And that's pretty much the farm done. It's very, very cheap. Very, very simple. I do quite like it. I will quickly just water this to make sure it's, you know, all grass and stuff and do whatever I need to do. But yeah, for the most part, I'm just going to pick these up. That is the farm now done. Okay, so the thing I'm holding in my hand is the final piece of the puzzle. This is a drop of evil. We are going to use this, place it on this dirt or grass over here. That will cause it to become cursed earth and start spawning enemies very, very frequently. They will then get pushed by these fans, the 6 fans we have set up, and they will get pushed into diamond spikes. The reason we're using diamond ones is so they will drop player items or items that you have to kill as a player to get. So rarer items such as armor will drop from these guys, and then they will go into this absorption hopper and then into here. Later on we will set up a filter going to the trash can, and also I'm going to set up the specific, or some armors are going to go into a different chest, but I'll explain that in a later time. What you can also see, if I've added this stuff called dark glass. Basically it is glass, so we can see in there, but it doesn't let light levels through. If we press F7, you can see it is all red X's in here, which means stuff will be able to spawn in here. So all we need to do now is take some cobblestone, head up to the side. So let's just do this quickly and place this cursed earth. Well, the drop of evil to make the cursed earth. That will then make that. And now we just need to switch on these fans ever so quickly before everything goes wrong. You can already hear them spawning, and already see on the map they are spawning also. So there we are. Everything turned on, and we might have to get a sound muffler over here, but you can see it's already doing a very, very good job. This will spawn enderman as well, so it will occasionally give us ender pearls. So overall we're getting arrows, bones, string, gunpowder, rotten flesh. Solidified experience is going to be very useful as well, and we can also get you know, hopefully some other good things. So I'm going to leave this running for a little while. Hopefully it doesn't overfill too quickly. I'm going to make myself another sound muffler just because I need to do that. I I used my spare one, so I need to go make another one. And another thing as well is this thing is finally working. So what we're going to do is we're going to take one Aeternalis fuel, which you can see I made one, put it in here, which doesn't use the item luckily, made them back into 64 coal, and then put the coal through. And then I'm going to lock this up and set this to start extracting. So it should only extract the Aeternalis fuel, nothing else, which is, you know, the plan. So this is eventually going to make those over time, which is nice, and you know, everything will work out well. Now you may obviously think as well, obviously, you know, by having the diamond spikes, it's not going to do as great a job because it's not going to use the mob crusher and therefore is not going to get the mob essence. However, I'm just planning on maybe setting it up, if I ever need to do it, just setting it up as a something, you know, by this chest or something, just so we can do it. And some just getting rid of the diamond spikes. We need to add some roof lighting as well, so we can eventually turn this thing off, which should be possible with just redstone lamps. But yeah, this thing's going to make a lot of stuff. Zombie brains is good. Ender pearls already. Heads. Splash potions of decay that give us wither. Not particularly useful, but can we use those for anything? I guess we could use a potion generator, but it's not that good. I guess we can get Potentia and Herba, and apparently Alchemia, which I think is new, and Ignis from that as well, so they might be quite good. So yeah, that'll be good. And we also have to keep an eye on the experience, because I, in my testing, had it apparently pick up some random experience from somewhere, not sure where, but we need to keep an eye out for that. So now, I have one more thing I wanted to do, which is now possible due to having this. Which has now so far made 1,129. I assume has run out of wood. Yes, probably did a very, very long time ago. So we shall just get all that, make it into some rubber, and then I have some stuff I want to do, which this mob farm is actually helping out with. So having this and this makes it a whole lot easier to actually do, and that is, I need ender pearls for it. So now that we've created both automatic rubber creation and also a mob farm, which causes us to get ender pearls a little bit easier than creating them from 2 emeralds, we can finally upgrade one more thing in our village that is over a few of our projects, and that is our fluid buffering, which I am referring to in this case as our fluid tanks. Right here we have a fluid tank. It holds 16 buckets. Now, whilst it may not be too useful in this situation, having a increased quantity that can hold, something like this canola farm over here may benefit from this. So in here, obviously it's not the final creation just yet. We have this canola, or refined canola, in here. These guys have got full inventories. This also does. So right now, nothing here is working. And same over here. These are all holding their inventories. This is maximum, and these are all maximum. So it's not really doing anything. So what I did is I created 4 black hole tanks. They are relatively easy to make, in fact. We need plastic, eyes of ender, ender pearls, buckets, and either a machine frame or a simple machine chassis. And because we have the grains of infinity automation happening, I just opted for this because it's really just iron and grains of infinity. So we have 4 of these. What I'm going to do now is I need to replace 2 in here. Obviously, there are 2 there. We're just going to replace that with 1 because this holds, is it like 2 billion? I can't remember. Let me just try and add it in and see. There we are. So if we take this, it holds, yeah, that. It's a lot. And then we can just fill it up with this quickly. Oh, wait, that's really awkward. Right, I'm just going to have to extract from here and put it in the other thing. But it will hold a lot more canola, which means this stuff will be used a little bit more usefully. I'm going to take off the insert because I don't want any random stuff in there. And then put the crystallized canola. Oh, we need an inventory checker, actually. I've just realized on there because it's only holding 2048. And then over here, what we want to do is just do that. Replace this cable over to here. And then put it on extract from there. That's all we need to do. Or, no. Okay, you I don't want. You I want to extract always into here. And that works how I want it to work. Good. Right. Awesome. So that should work out, and I'll replace these into there later when I need to. But for now, we should be fine. That's just 32 buckets. It's not going to be a huge deal because it's already getting that much in it. And then just once we get to the top here, we need to replace the latex, and then I've just got one spare because I was originally going to think about using it in this one. However, I have no real need to right now. So what I guess we can do is later in that was not what I wanted to do. Later in time, when we do empowered canola oil, we can probably just start putting that in there as well. So that should work out. This holding, I guess, is 1 millibucket of latex. There we are. So yeah. This is obviously not going to fill up for a very long time. It will fill up eventually when this gets to 2048, and then this is filled up as well. And this will start to fill up, so at least we're not wasting any potential time there. It will fill up, and then as soon as we upgrade this or take any latex out or rubber, this will just, go through super quickly, and this will constantly fill up. So that is good. That is what we wanted to do, and I've just been using this to get some blaze powder for the moment. But now that we have done that, we can just quickly replace this back in there, and I have 63 coal this was working with in here going up to there, but annoyingly it's messed up. Let's just do that. There we are. Now it's going to be producing, so eventually that will make what we need to make. I'm just going to do some sort of work on here, getting some filters sorted out, and extracting any of the stuff we really don't want. Like, I can get some bows, I guess. Bow shields and leather armor are what we really need to get out of here. Everything else I'm probably just going to throw into drawers. And then I need the chain, iron, and gold stuff we are going to be keeping for the moment, because I have plans for next episode with those if we can get quite a lot of them. So hopefully this will make a lot. This will make a lot of stuff we can get in drawers as well, and this will make quite a few. And now I've got a lot more emeralds. I can just make some emerald upgrades for the drawers, which should make our lives a little bit easier in that regard. But that is going to be it for now. I'm going to kill this creeper, or at least not make it explode in front of my house. That should be it for now. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed. And now that we've had to get onto this, finish those 3 tasks, or now 4, I guess, with the black coal tanks, we can go a little bit further. And as I said, we've got these a Tenacial starting now, so we can get started on some Project E stuff, which will come into it in the next episode, or should do. So thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you then. Bye bye.